Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. If you cast your mind back to the early days of this Labour government, just 50 odd days ago, frightening, isn't it? How far we've fallen. Anyway, there was an SNP amendment to one of the acts, and they said they wanted to get rid of the two-child benefit cap. And so they had the debate, and then they had the vote. And of course, they lost. They lost the vote simply because of the number of Labour MPs there in Parliament. However, 7 Labour MPs at that time rebelled, and all 7 lost the whip for 6 months, it must be said. And it's the first time they're back in 14 years, and the first thing they do is have a rebellion. How very Labour. How very Labour indeed. But Starmer is now... he was then on that day under pressure, and he's under continuing pressure to remove this two-child benefit cap. And there's a lot of people in the party that are very embarrassed about it. They don't like it. They kept saying all along, they've always said, we're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to make that choice and get rid of this. And then the first thing they do when they get power is say, well, no, we can't afford it. It's got to stay. This benefit cap is something that's definitely got to remain. And so now they're all very, very angry. As I say, some rebelled on that vote. And I think if there was another vote today, more would rebel. Because it is probably, and as Gordon Brown himself actually argued this, I think, he's saying it is the biggest single policy that's keeping many children in Britain in poverty. Is saying that this is what's happening. Now, it was Osborne who brought this in back in 2015, and it means parents can only claim benefits for their first 2 children, and after that they have to pay for their own children, and there is an argument that this is absolutely correct. If you want to have children, you should be responsible to pay for them. Society shouldn't be shouldn't be paying you because you're incapable of raising a family. But there's others that claim that, yes, despite all the wonderfulness that says, it still does mean that there's children in poverty, and that's morally outrageous. So you have to take your side on this one. But there are many, many children. It's estimated something like 1.3 million children are in poverty because of this two-child benefit cap. Now, that is a lot of children. That is a huge amount of children, but there are other means to doing it. I mean, there are free school meals, there are after school clubs that are there. There's all sorts of things to at least make sure the children eat. Half the problem, of course, is that the parents, even with the extra money, are still only going to go and get new tattoos. They've always got the latest iPhone and things like this. You never see them actually pushing the money into their children and doing without themselves. When you see someone on benefits smoking, you think, well, you obviously don't need the money. On the other hand, there are a few that do push it all down to their children and ensure it's nice. It's rare, but it's nice. It's an argument I don't know which side to take. I am very much on the side of, if you can't afford to have kids, don't have them. On the other hand, morally, I don't like to see children in poverty. Perhaps any child that's in poverty could be adopted, taken away from a parent that's incapable of raising them, and given to people who are desperate for children, but who, for some reason, cannot have them. I think everybody would win then. Who knows? It is a very, very difficult policy. But it's one Starmer has to face. Starmer ultimately has to make the decision. And he's going to have a lot more people calling for his head if he carries on as he is, because the Labour Party as a party are desperate to get rid of the two-child cap. Let me know what you think. Is this the hill on which Starmer will die? Is this the hill in which he deserves to die? Is it something that should carry on? Is it something that you speak against? Two-child cap, yay or nay? Who knows? Let me know. Thank you. Bye.